Gemini, welcome to your end of June weekly tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. And do take a look at the playlist for your sun, moon, and rising sign to see what additional messages are there for you. Remember, time and energy is fluid, not linear. Okay, and I am Gemini. I am working on the tarot in your sign. I've been doing a lot of work on it. I've written all my dialogue. I'm getting all the images and video together, so it just takes some time and had some interruptions this month, but it's coming. It's coming very soon. We have whale spirit. Huh. Trust the great mystery. The 65. Hmm. It makes me think of Dory now speaking whale. You can't speak whale. Oh, look, this just popped out as I started to shuffle again. Self love with a 6. Nice. I like that. That kind of has a Queen of Cups feeling for me. And Cancer is coming up right on the heels of Gemini, but hopefully I'll be able to start that tarot in the sign a lot more quickly. Hope we have a much smoother month. All right, last oracle. We have the Thinker. Ooh, 44. Contemplation, thinking. Let's see. That has a swords feeling to it, not necessarily, bad or anything. But Gemini, when you think about it, you are the thinker. You are the messenger, the thinker, the communicator, all those lovely things. All right, let's look at your recent past, which you may have experienced it, you may not. It just depends on your timeline. So only take what resonates in a reading, leave the rest. If it's not your message, it's not your message. And sometimes you may only have, a few messages within the whole reading. Okay. All right. Well, bam. 10 of Swords. Look at that. Gemini, this is one of your cards. But, I mean, in a way, I really do like the 10 of Swords because it's freedom. Something that wasn't working is ending. You know? Oh, Queen of Swords. Now we have Libra. Look at this. A lot of air energy coming in. It makes sense. And now we have the King of Wands. Some Leo energy. All right, let's see what's crossing these energies here. I hope everyone is doing okay. All right, skadoosh. Ooh, more Leo energy. We have strength here. Look at that. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Mm-hmm. 7 of Cups. There's some mystery right there. And now the 6 of Swords. Wow. Okay, a lot of swords coming in. Okay, so this row here, and I like to remind people, it doesn't mean this happened, this happened, this happened. This is kind of that soup of energy here. So at some point in your past, maybe recently, maybe not so recently, something ended. We see that right there with that 10 of Swords energy. Hold on just a second. There we go. Yes, 10 of Swords. What I'm feeling from this right away is there we have this Leo energy, inner strength, right? There's a few ways this could have played out. This could have been you ending any type of negative self-talk, because the strength card talks about overcoming your own shadow, right? And so this could be that, because we have this card of self-love here and the thinker. And for some of you, this was a transformation where you finally separated from that 8 of Swords energy, the 9 of Swords. You ended that way of thinking, and you grew in your own strength of self. You connected instead of being divided. Let's say this, Gemini, because you are the twins. There's two aspects of the self, right? The light and shadow. Instead of being at odds, this looks like you embracing your shadow with that self love, understanding what the shadow is there for. I think our shadow side is the side that protects us. It should protect us, it shouldn't be against us at any time. But that happens. Excuse me. It happens to the best of us. What is with my throat chakra? Give me a second. Ooh. Pause, pause. Okay, I think I had a frog in my throat. Okay, so not literally, of course. Something coming through here in the throat chakra. Yeah, it's sometimes the truth is hard to swallow. There we go. Nothing is coincidence, right? So this integration of your shadow. The shadow is meant to help protect us in times of need. It's a protector spirit. It's that part of us that can do, kind of the dirty work, the hard work, to protect us. It can be ugly, it can be fierce, but it should never be inwardly directed. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. So that's what I'm feeling for some of you, is this triumph over maybe negative thinking. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Some of you, if you experienced an event in your life that ended, or a relationship, or of whatever kind, doesn't matter if it's romance, whatever ended in your life, it made you stronger, gave you perspective. You lived through it. What is that? Live through this. What was it? Whole that did that. Live through this. You lived through it, and it made you stronger. That's the message that I'm getting there. So you have a lot of power right now. We see that sovereignty here with the Queen of Swords, Libra energy, a sense of justice, of really wanting things to be fair and right. And however you came to that strength there with that ending, the Ten of Swords, it has taught you really great lessons. And you see clearly now. Before, maybe the Seven of Cups, these options, dreams, fantasies, whatever, could have had that mystery to it, that um, not knowing or not being sure. There's a bit of confusion here, which one to pick, head in the clouds kind of energy, right? This is not going to affect you anymore, is what I'm seeing. You see clearly. You have no roof over your head, and you're very decisive about what you will allow in. You know, the universe will always just give you options, give you options. Here's that hand. But if it's not right for you, if this energy is not coming at you correctly, off with their head. That sword comes up and shoop, and that's part of that integration of this shadow. It's there to protect us. And so I think you have a lot of clarity in this past now because of that situation. It's made you a lot stronger. And look at this. So we have the King of Wands here. This is Leo energy, very outgoing, somebody who really likes attention. Um, sometimes this can be a player type energy. It depends on, just the person. But this is an entrepreneur, maybe a business person, or someone who was probably a fast talker. Someone who maybe had a lot of grand ideas, but never, for some reason, I'm feeling they never followed through on anything. I think they just talked a big game, is what I'm feeling from this particular person. I don't think this was you. I think this is someone you know, or someone who was in your energy. But I think they just talked a whole lot. It was all, what do you call it? Yeah, it was just, I don't know, just a lot of talking. They talked a big game. I don't know how else to describe this person. Very much wanting to be the center of attention. Not a lot of follow through though with this person. Unfortunately, you're leaving that behind. Maybe you ended a relationship with this type of person. It could have been a boss. It could have been a family, a friend. Relationship. It could have been anything. But I'm feeling you ended this. You could have ended more than one thing, but you learned a lot, because we have the Six of Swords. This is moving to calmer waters. I don't think this person was calm, because fiery energy, it's It's very active, it's very excitable. But I think for some reason, this person, they just had lip service. That's what I'm talking about. Just a lot of lip service here, you know? And I think you finally had enough and you decided to just cut your losses and move on, is what I'm seeing. Keeping your wisdom, keeping what you learned with you. But there is this energy here of clarity, of inner strength, and just not taking anyone's BS. That's what I'm feeling here for you, Gemini. Let me know if that resonates. Hit that like button. It's the easiest way to let me know if you don't want to, share your life story in the comments. It's fine. All right, so let's look at your current energy. Aha! Oh, I'd like to see that. Oh, yes. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy. Love that. So it could be that when you decided to leave that behind, it changed your fate. And as rightly it would. Because imagine if you stayed in that situation, you know, it would not be good. You wouldn't be happy. Ooh, here's the devil. We'll see. That could just mean Capricorn. We'll see what's around it. Oh boy. Ace of Swords, more clarity. I'm getting a couple different feelings from that devil energy right there. But let's see what's crossing it first before we speculate. How about that? Wouldn't that be cool if the Sun card popped out? Boom, right on top of that. Let's see what we have. Oh, Queen of Cups. There's that self-love right there. I love that. That's some Cancer energy. Oh, 10 of Pentacles on that. And the 10 of Wands. Wow. My goodness, my throat. Hold on just a second. I don't know what is going on with my throat chakra this morning. Maybe there's something you are wanting to say, need to say to someone. I'm not certain. You might be holding your tongue. I don't know. So let's take a look at this. With your self-love, we have this right here. And your emotional depth and maturity. I think it's brought you in greater alignment with the universe, but because I really do believe that light and love is the most powerful frequency and energy in the universe. And it's a powerful manifester. And when you're in that space of self-love, gratitude, happiness, it just makes the whole world better. When your inside world is emotionally satisfied and happy, how could your outside not be too? It's a reflection, how we perceive the world, how we perceive ourselves. And so with this amazing strength that you have here in your recent past, Gemini, it has put you on a whole new path. And yes, it's lucky. It's fortuitous. It's things falling into place, synchronicities, and I get a lot of gratitude here with this Queen of Cups and a lot of reflection, but in a really good productive way. Obviously, we see that here. That's why we have that strength on the 10 of Swords. You are emotionally strong. You have all these pearls of wisdom here that you've created for yourself out of these situations that were, coarse and, just all the not so good things. And what we see here again, look at this. So we had this strength card over the ten of Swords. 10 of Swords being, it's an end to suffering, but it's an end, right? And endings can be painful. But what we see here, look at this. Boom. We have this beautiful 10 of I almost said cups, 10 of Pentacles crossing the devil. So this can mean a couple different things. And if we look at the, let's look at just all these other cards that we see here. We have really a triumph of self, clarity, moving away from things that isn't the best for us. We have luck emotional love. We have the Ten of Wands, sticking to it, clarity again, and victory. So we have to take that into account here. You are in an energy of massive abundance, okay, within your pinnacles, your resources, your love, time, energy, money, possessions. This is you being able to leave a legacy for your family, however, whatever that means for you. It could be more of a DNA genetic legacy that you are now encoding into your DNA through your transformation and your strength of spirit. So what I see here, when we look at the devil card, we see these people, they're tied up. They are bound to, and this is Capricorn, so it's earth energy, bound to their possessions or addictions or unhealthy habits and things like that. But I feel like this is coming over it. So you're overcoming any type of toxic behaviors, and maybe they could have been family related. Let's just kind of go there, kind of have to. It could have been that you came from a toxic family, that there could have been addictions. I'm just saying it's kind of what could be happening here. But I get the feeling that you are, it's not like this may not be so good, but this, I feel like you are detached, even though this is a card of materiality. I think you're detached from the negative aspects of it, because there's just no way. We have too many cards of inner strength, of beating that shadow here. And I think the reasons why it's coming out like this is because this is just so important. The universe wants you to know how strong you are and how triumphant you are. Even if you maybe haven't attained this Ten of Pentacles yet, this is the path you are on, and we see that here with the Ten of Wands. You are on this path. There is victory here and clarity. And all the aces, they're like a gift from the universe, but this is also you. This is like a divine antenna. You are connected with your higher self, with your truth of why you're here. And you're not going to give up. You are on, this is the path you chose. These are your wands that you made. This life is of your creation. You have created this life for yourself, and you're going to stick to it. You're going to see it through. We have a 10 here and a 10 here, and we have the 10 there. You got 3 10s in this row right here, and so, yeah, you are determined, you're focused, you have clarity, obviously. So that's why, when that devil shows up, there's temptations. Of course there is. We're on this planet. It's filled with temptations. But you know what you're here for, you know what you really and truly want. It's not instant gratification. This takes a while to get to. And this is leaving a legacy behind you, however that is resonating. Gemini, this is a really powerful reading. I hope that this is reaching the people that need to hear it. All right, let's look at some future energy here. Oh boy, look at that. Ace of Wands. Let me move my camera down just a little bit, or I might move it back. Hold on. There we go. That's better. That is lovely. It is. Ace of Wands. Inspiration. New, fiery beginning, passionate. Six of Swords again. Wow. I have seen so many repeating cards. And the Nine of Wands. You're a warrior, Gemini. You are. Gemini is my rising sign. I'm Sagittarius. So, I get it. Oh, I get it. Look, oh, there's that. I had a feeling. I was feeling this energy with that clarity, and that connection to the divine and your higher self and that thinking. The High Priestess right there. Look at that divine inspiration. You have no No limits. Whatever anybody else has accomplished, you can too, as long as you are determined and focused to do it. You can have it. I really believe that if it's what you really and truly want. Oh, Three of Pentacles. And that, wow, okay. Come on, Gemini, you're blowing my mind here. Two Ace of Wands right here. I mean, yeah, I mean, look at this reading. There is no way that devil has any negative, connotations coming up here. It could be that, you might be meeting a Capricorn that is very well off. Could be that. But wow, two Six of Swords. That's amazing. And we've got all these tens here, completion. And we've got three aces, and two of them being the Ace of Wands. Wow. You do have psychic abilities, Gemini. And even when I saw the Queen of Swords, I really felt that there was nothing. There's nothing over your head, no roof over your head, just unlimited possibilities. And that's what we see with the Seven of Cups, just choice everywhere, potential. But this is like secret universe knowledge kind of thing. And this is divine inspiration. You are tapping into, like, this is the thinking divine antenna. This is the spiritual divine antenna, and this is showing you being in, this is a Cancer energy, you're really connecting with your own soul and your spiritual mission. This is your truth, is what I'm feeling here. So in the future, you could be divinely inspired by, a message from your higher self. I don't believe that our entire soul can be in these material bodies. I just don't feel it's possible. I think there's another aspect of ourselves, the part that is always connected to the divine. It's there too. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I see it. And so might want to do some candle magic, just kind of stare at the flame, see what kind of messages you might get. But this is unlimited potential. We see you might be moving again. It might be metaphorical, or it could be physical moving. But we have the Six of Swords again, moving on to calmer waters. It's interesting you're having it twice here, the Six of Swords. Really, what I'm getting here, since you're having it twice, is you have this ability to keep moving forward. You don't really look back, there is this realization and this acceptance. It's what's in the past. It's done. It's not worth your time, or energy to put any more thought into it. We're just going forward. And you might be going towards some type of teamwork, working with other people. If you're working mainly alone, it looks like you're going to be working creatively with others. And maybe even getting evaluated as well, is what I'm feeling. Or people are going to be watching you, is what it is. That's what I get a feeling with these two gentlemen here. But I think what's important here is that you have something to add, a spark to whatever you do for this work that will make you stand out from the crowd. And maybe you're traveling while you do this. I don't know. There's an element of, I'm getting an element of travel here with that Six of Swords. But we have this newness with the Ace of Wands, and for it to show up twice here in your future energy, it's big time. Because look, he's holding that Ace of Wands right there. It's a fiery new beginning. It burns away the old, and it leads to new growth. So this could be a spiritual awakening of sorts down here, but I also feel it's inspiration. It's an idea, maybe something, and that might cause you to travel, because we do have a lot of Sagittarius energy here, so you might be traveling. I really get that for some of you. And so the Nine of Wands And you have the Ten of Wands too. You got Sagittarius all over this, but there is this element. He's not done with his battle, so to speak. Not that you're fighting with anyone, but he's always trying to um, think about the next move. What am I going to do next? You know, and he's looking for inspiration, possibly. I think you'll find it for sure. It's within you. You know, you can ask for inspiration, you know, and it will come to you. But yeah, there's this warrior aspect of you here. I feel it with the strength card, with the Queen of Swords, and this Nine of Wands for sure. So, wow. This is an intense reading, Gemini. All right, let's look at your risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. You can take risks right now, definitely. The Fool with 12. Have the courage to embrace change. Take risks. Be adventurous. I feel that here. There's that adventure coming through, and travel and risk again. Wow. Two different kinds of cards, and when it comes up like that, that's when you know. That's when you know. We have Rat, someone working against you behind your back. I'm not worried about this at all. Are you? You will cut them out instantly. You'll move away from them right there, like that King of Wands is probably what that is. Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Now that I did kind of pick up on that a little bit, because I was like, that devil could be a Capricorn. They could have already be in this type of money. So for some of you, that could be what that is right there. And I also see boats. It makes me think of travel, maybe overseas. And there's a disappointment in some affair. The scissors, you will cut things out. If they don't come at you right, you know, you're not going to think twice about it. You're just going to be solidly no. And that's it. No, no discussion, no negotiation, just no. Wow, Gemini, I really like this. I really like this for you. Let me know if you liked it. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.